Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
And I'm Office Bloke Max.
Here we are, three of us. Just wanted to touch on a subject. Have you ever heard of the Doomsday Clock?
No.
Never. Never.
Okay, it's I don't know how long it's been going on for, but I've seen it come to my attention probably around about early 2020, 2021 sort of thing. And I thought, what the fuck's this?
Okay.
It's a new invention.
I don't know. That's when it first came to my attention,
Right.
sort of thing, and I was like, "What's this Doomsday Clock?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What? Don't know what it is." Anyway, I saw it started hitting headlines yesterday again, and I thought, "Hang on, what's this?"
Yeah.
So I clicked into it, and it's just what I thought it was. The closer it gets to midnight, I'm gathering is when they think that's going to be the end of humanity.
Yeah. Right.
It's
Okay.
It's like we're in jeopardy, and they've actually moved it forward towards midnight now.
Right.
And some of the stuff he said, I was pissing myself laughing. So I thought, I've got to show you two guys,
Okay.
see if you have the same opinion.
Yeah.
I have a strong feeling I might be slightly sceptical about this whole scenario.
It's just the way whoever they are and the way it's put together. It's like a science project at school.
Yeah.
It's what went through my head. Right. That's the way I looked at it. And I just thought, who the fuck are these?
Yeah.
It's like a
sort of
drama
thing.
project. Oh, the
Yeah.
Doomsday Clock.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just let's watch this and it'll give you an idea of what it's about.
Right.
Sort of thing. I don't know if we've got the right channel. There's some that are like an hour long, or more. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't watch all that, but this is a 2-minute clip. So let's have a look.
Right.
I just wanted to get everyone else's opinion. Look.
8 to 9 seconds to
Music.
midnight.
Closest the world has ever been to midnight.
Look at us stay here
The
and stood
countries
there.
that possess nuclear weapons are increasing the size and role of their arsenals, investing hundreds of billions of dollars in weapons that can destroy civilization many times over. Meanwhile, arms control treaties are in tatters, and there are active conflicts involving nuclear powers. The world's attempts to deal with climate change remain inadequate, as most governments fail to enact the financing and policy initiatives necessary to halt global warming.
I'm not sure that guy on the right is going to see midnight.
Jesus.
10, 9.
I don't think you can see in general. Look at him.
Imagine.
2024 was the hottest year on record, unleashing devastating climate shocks that destroyed lives and livelihoods across the globe. The only effective response is for nations to work together, which is why it is so alarming that President Trump has signaled his intention to withdraw from the Paris Agreement. In this crucial year for climate action, we urge all other signatories to double down and reaffirm their commitment to meeting the Paris goals.
There is hope. I mean, we certainly believe that the clock can be moved back, and there are many actions that can be taken. Our concern is that over the past year, those actions are not being taken.
1947, there you go.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Einstein, who's
Yeah.
he? What's he know?
What does he know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think it was included in Oppenheimer. Oh, I'm thinking. Like the
Right.
film Oppenheimer.
What's it correspond to? 8 to 9 seconds. What's it
I
correspond
don't
to?
know. That's what I was going to ask. That's what I'm
Is
not
it
sure
years?
about.
Because it
But
was 1 second from.
It's not moved.
Yesterday.
I don't think it's moved for like a couple of years.
It said it was
it's-
1 second earlier.
It's been 90 seconds for a while.
Right, okay.
Right?
Right,
now
okay.
it's 89 seconds. So I guess it's like what they'll do is these fucking nut jobs, right? Is what the way I sort of like describe them. Right? Is what they do is they have that clock there. I don't know where the rest of the clock is. They've only got the quarter of it, right? So
Yeah.
it's only going to be a 15-minute sort of like
Yeah, range.
movement anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So what they're going to do now is if nuclear war starts tomorrow, right? They've still got time. We haven't. They have, right? Or will they just go right? Get the clock out.
3 seconds.
Straight. We're right at we're at midnight.
Call a press conference, quick.
Yeah. And he's
What's the Doomsday Clock say?
and he's saying like
Where did you put the background?
the best bit I saw was one where he said we have never been closer to midnight in the history of livelihood or something.
Yeah.
And I went bullshit. Midnight every night. What are you on about?
No, I think the plague was quite bad back in the day. No,
I don't get it, and I just think it's. I just wondered if anyone else gets it.
I understand what it's trying to do.
What?
It's just
Explain it to me.
it's trying to describe the current world state of being like, right.
Yeah,
if things carry on how they are, it's going to
with
get
everything,
so much
with
worse.
footballs and climate change and stuff
But I don't get why it's a clock.
That's what I was going to say. Why have a clock then?
I'm guessing it's the impending like time's ticking, sort of
Yeah.
dramatic effect.
It must be.
Which is theatrical.
But it's still 89. You can't sort of grab onto 89 seconds.
Yeah.
You think, well,
there needs to be a sort of meter of like
Do you know,
if this happens,
when people talk about like the climate change and all this kind of stuff, right? And I don't want to get into all this. Sort of like, I've just got to try and get my head around what it all. I need help. I need help. I need help from people who are going to sort of like advise because I don't know this. But what I'm saying is I go around. I've travelled the world, right, and I see different places. I go to England, and it's quite clean. It's quite nice. It's you get like
sounds like London.
You can until they start spraying the skies with shit, and then it's all chemical, sort of like imbalance and all that kind of stuff. But I go to places like India, and you can't see because of the smog.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking they're the countries they need to target for climate change, not certain countries that are adhering to a lot of stuff. And even if we change climate by like 0.0001% or whatever it is, it's not going to make much of a difference. And we're only scratching the surface of what it might be. So I guess we've all got to do our bit to try and sort of like change the way we live and the way we do things. But what I don't get is why we're not targeting China and India and places like that are just drenched in like smog and pollution and everything that goes like that. Why aren't they sort of like stepping up? I never heard any stories coming out of there.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming them for what they're doing. I'm just saying that's what I'm seeing. But why are these guys giving all this and blaming Trump for opting out of the Paris Agreement? Yeah.
So,
when it all just looks like an old boys money club for me.
Yeah. We got to think like the biggest companies in the world. I think they I'm trying to remember the statistic. It's like they account for like 60% of like the smog,
BlackRock, people like that. Oh, do you mean the right? Come to right. I see what you mean. Yes.
And then there'll be a big campaign for the general man to recycle and do all this, but that'll do like 5%.
I remember putting out. We had bins.
Big business where it's got to come from ultimately.
absolutely.
When you start the bomb, is what you recycle as a person. Right at the bottom of the chain, right at the bottom of the food chain is where we recycle, where we start out. Right. So I remember putting out my bins, and I had like 3 or 4 different bins, and I'm putting plastics in one, glass in another, paper in another, food waste in another. So a fucking guy come and just empty them straight into the same truck, and I'm like,
yeah. What's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah.
I get you might be got to sort them somewhere else, but I could have put them all in one bin, and you could, and then I only had one bin for you to lift, or attach onto whatever and bin it off.
Yeah,
but you don't need to put all of one bins into one truck. What's the point of that?
Yeah,
no,
it just seems like it's not been thought through on a global scale. Yeah, and they're just starting at the ones where it's an easy target.
Yeah.
Well, I think they start with the richer countries because they're probably more likely to be able to sort of take the hit on sort of like financial things where it's it does cost money to recycle, doesn't it, and be a bit greener. So I think open with the richer countries, it sort of spreads around to the rest of the world, doesn't it? But
do you think if a lot of stuff was explained to you, I'm not talking about necessarily just climate change, I'm talking about nuclear war and war in itself and everything. Do you think if everything was explained to you in an easier way, especially nuclear and climate change, they kind of overcome it? Why do we need a clock that's ticking closer to midnight to tell us this is when it's going to... And there's no time frame. It's not moved for fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
It's very much fear-mongering, isn't it?
But we had... If it's not moved for a couple of years, but we had the pandemic, how come it's not moving?
That'll cause a lot.
Yeah. And there's another pandemic in the pipeline, isn't there? They're talking about this bird flu or whatever it is, whatever it may be, and Mpox and stuff like that. They're always sort of like talking about something new. Like putting it in your ear sort of thing. And I'm just like, well, explain it to me then.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the people who watched our educational channel can explain it to us. That's what I'm reaching out for.
Climate change is a big thing. It's a big thing to
good explanation
to explain, isn't it? We sort of know the nuts and bolts of it, don't we? But
listen, we try and do our best for what we can. We're not perfect, but I try my best to do what I can.
Yeah.
And there's loads of things I'm not going to change purely because I can't. Well, I can, but it's something that it costs me a lot of money to change, and I haven't got it, or I haven't, you haven't got the methods to do it.
Well, that's like replacing all the monitors and things like this to make it A+ efficiency, and then doing it all in your house for everything. It's like but then in 4 years it'll be a D-.
Exactly.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. The richer countries, they're more likely to be able to do things like that. But then it does, eventually get to countries that, a lot of African countries, say, or South America, where they're not quite as rich or not quite as advanced, sort of thing. That is more difficult for them because they're still working sort of like past sort of like, I don't know, production machines and things like that, and factories and things like that, and the way they're powered. It's It's
Strange one.
it's not something that you can solve like that overnight. Things
I
like
think
climate change, especially.
Forget about climate change.
Yeah.
Forget about nuclear
It's a
war
tough
and all
one.
that. These things need to go away.
Yeah. Just,
We don't need Doomsday
I
Clock.
think you're right. Just explain it better. I'm sure there'll be.
Yeah.
All the governments will have some sort of image that they want to put out, but they don't want to scare everyone.
That's what they do, though.
Or the they do, but they're withholding information to get certain things passed through and things like that. It's all. It's
I
all
just don't
games,
think we
and
need
it's
a
not worth
Doomsday
it.
Clock.
No, I don't. I agree.
And I'm surprised you haven't heard of it because it's like,
No,
like
no,
I say,
no.
it's just
Not
raised
heard
its
of
head
it
again
before.
it comes up every year or every 2 years.
Right,
Or whatever.
okay.
I've not heard of it for a while. Then all of a sudden it's like every time I turn the TV on or every time I turn the computer on, there's an article about Doomsday Clock, and I'm like, fucking hell,
I expect,
what's
like,
gone here? What's happened here now?
Greta
Yeah.
Thunberg to walk out and be like, 88 seconds, guys. But yeah.
Why is it 89 seconds? What did it start on?
That's what I mean. I have no
15
idea.
minutes. It's got to be
I'm
against
guessing
2.5.
15 minutes, yeah.
That's why.
Quarter to midnight, you've got 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep moving it. I mean, why did he say 89 seconds? Why don't they say you still got like a minute? And
Just need to explain it, man.
Yeah.
Just saying we have
got a
89
minute
seconds
29.
left.
Yeah.
Minute and a half.
Well, there'll be some people that are like, we've got 89 seconds left, and then just think that's real and be like, oh, is that it?
Yeah.
But just explain it more. It doesn't make
It's like
sense.
the guys on the street, innit, with the board that says like the end is nigh.
Yeah.
And all
Yeah.
that. The world is over tomorrow. Tomorrow's the end of the world and all that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
mate, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If 1 year it goes to like next year it goes to like 88, I mean, what does it mean though?
Is it years?
Practically, what
Is
does
it-
it mean? What was?
Is it a year? We got
I
another
mean,
eight
is that-
years,
is
10
that-
years.
Is that 1 second really, really bad, or is it sort of like, well, that's fine, because it's only 1 second, the context of the clock.
At the speed
What
that
does
clock's
1
ticking,
second mean?
at the speed
I
that
don't
clock's ticking, them guys that were on that picture ain't going to be there for the midnight strike of for the ball to drop.
Yeah.
Not whatever's going to happen. The fireworks are going off.
None of us will if it's a year a second.
Yeah.
We're fine. Nice one.
Yeah, it's crazy though, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to get everyone else's opinion on it. Just not me that's going crazy.
No, like I
Very
said, I've
well.
not heard of it before, but yeah, I don't know. Not for
I
me.
just think the guys might be better off putting their minds. The smart guys, obviously,
Yeah,
probably,
I'm
probably
sure.
I should say.
Astrophysicists,
but-
they're not going to be stupid, are they?
No, but put it in something else, man. Don't be cutting out like a shitty cardboard clock
Yeah.
like that. It just looks like you just made out of like
Hey, they're great at physics.
Yeah.
Just don't have to be great at arts and crafts.
Anyway, that's our take. Something different just something different. I had to chat about. I
I
thought we
know,
might as well
yeah.
get it on
Yeah,
here,
fair
right?
play.
Yeah. Anyway, catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.